Okay, let's see here. All right, so today, this is our class number 8. Can you hear me? It's okay?
Yes, sure.
All right, good. So today is our class number 8, September 19th. Today, we will start our class just with a little review of, let me fix that, a little review of the essay structure for the exam, the FCE, and then you're going to have plenty of time to work on your writing task. First, you will do the outline, and second, you will write your essays, okay? So we hope to finish everything today during the class, all right? So that is our main focus today will be to write your outlines and then the essays, okay? So let me now check attendance before we start. Let's see, Karen Acevedo. All right. Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher. Good evening.
All right. Hello. Kiara Martinez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jorge Moreno.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Hello. Thank you. I'm good. Natalia Navarro.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Diego Olarte.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Very good. Next is Manuela Ortiz. Jessica Rios. Jessica.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Catherine Rodriguez. Catherine is not here. Marlon Sanchez. Mendy Santa.
Miss, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, yes, I can hear. Yes, Catherine, thank you.
Miss, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Mendy. Manuel Sepúlveda. Manuel is not connected today. Maria Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
Okay, very good. And Vanessa Zambrano.
Present, teacher.
All right, excellent. Thank you, guys. Very good. So now let's start with our first part of the class is to review a bit of the structure of the paragraphs that we are going to write today, and then you will have to write in the exam tomorrow, okay? So tomorrow, the first part of the exam will be listening and the writing, the two parts of writing, okay? So to write the essay and to write either a review, a report, or a letter. I think those are the three options, either a review, a report, or a letter, okay? So you know that you're going to complete the exam tomorrow with me, right? With in this part of the class. But the results will be sent to teacher Sandy. So when you finish the exam, you can write on the WhatsApp group. Okay, you write to teacher Sandy, teacher, I finished. So it's easier for her to know and check if she received the results. Okay, so I will be helping you in case you need to solve an issue with your internet or you have any doubts during the exam. But for the results, they will be sent to teacher Sandy. She will grade them, grade your exams. Okay, so is that part clear? right? No questions about that?
No questions, teacher.
Good, excellent. So here we're going to start first by organizing the paragraphs in this essay, okay, that we have. So I'm giving you some time, couple of minutes to organize them, and then we will read them in the correct order, okay? So you will organize them, and then I will ask you to read what's the introduction or the first part, then the first argument, the second argument, the third, and finally the conclusion, all right? So you can go ahead, a couple of minutes, and then we check. All right, guys, are we ready with our answers? Did you organize the paragraphs?
Yes.
All right, let's start reading. So let's see, for example, Natalia, can you read the first paragraph? So the answer, not the one that's here, but what is the first paragraph logically?
Okay, teacher. Firstly, most people do not live in large houses. They may live in smaller flats where children have to share bedrooms with their siblings. As a result, it may be difficult for children to concentrate on schoolwork or have time to themselves.
Not really, Natalia. This is the first argument. So remember the structure. We have introduction, first, second, third argument, and the conclusion. I saw Santiago raise his hand. So what's the first one, Santiago?
Sure, the other thing is brothers and sisters can be more than family. Sometimes they can be friends for life. However, are there any disadvantage to having siblings?
Yes, good. So the first one is the red one. This is the more general one. Brothers and sisters is a general statement, are more than family, but sometimes they can be friends for life. However, are there any disadvantages to having siblings? And there we have the statement question or the thesis, right? The second one, it's the orange, so the one that Natalia read. This is the first argument. What is the third paragraph, Mandy? So red, orange, what's the next?
Yes, teacher. The first is the first that with
Natalia?
our classmate.
Yeah.
Yes, it's firstly, most people do not live in large houses.
Okay, yeah. So the next, we already skipped to the next one after this.
Okay. Teacher.
Okay.
After this,
Yes.
for me, is but in spite of the above, surely there is a benefit to having siblings. Children need someone to share their problems with, and sometimes a child may not feel comfortable talking to their parents about personal problems. A sibling could therefore be a valuable source of support for a child.
Okay, not really. In this case, we have a logical sequence is the first brothers and sisters, then the first argument. Then after that, we have the pink paragraph, okay? We have all the purple paragraph. So it agrees with the orange one. So it's red, orange, the purple one, and after that we have the blue one. But so this is the opposing argument, right, Kiara? And well, the last one, what's the conclusion? Can you read it, please?
In conclusion, although it could be argued that there are disadvantages related to living space and attention for parents, siblings give friendship and support to each other. I therefore tend to think that having a sibling is a positive thing.
Yes, it's a positive thing. Okay, so let's read it again in the correct order. Brothers and sisters can be more than family. Sometimes they can be friends for life. However, are there any disadvantages to having siblings? Firstly, most people do not live in large houses. They might live in smaller flats, where children have to share bedrooms with their siblings. As a result, it might be difficult for children to concentrate on school or work or have time to themselves. Not only, so we continue agreeing with this, not only it can be difficult to have time alone, but also to spend time with parents. The more children are in a family, the less time a parent can dedicate to each. Due to this, an only child could receive more attention from their parents than a child with siblings. But now we have the opposing argument, but in spite of the above, surely there is a benefit to having siblings. Children need someone to share their problems with, and sometimes a child might not feel comfortable talking to their parents about personal problems. A sibling could therefore be a valuable source of support for a child. In conclusion, although it could be argued that there are disadvantages related to living space and attention from parents, siblings give friendship and support to each other. I therefore tend to think that having a sibling is a positive thing. All right? So that is the structure. Now we're going to analyze it a little bit more, okay? So we're going to start with the introduction, analyzing the introduction. We have a sentence that is underlined in color green. So this is the first statement, is a general statement about the topic. Brothers and sisters can be more than family. Sometimes they can be friends for life. Okay, so that's the general statement. However, are there any disadvantages to having siblings? Okay, so the second sentence is rephrases the question of the essay. Remember, the essay will have an instruction. They will give you a question. So we need to rephrase that or paraphrase that question. This demonstrates to the examiner that we understand both the topic and the question, okay? So these are the basic elements of an introduction, is a general statement about this topic, and then we have a rephrasing of the question. So the question here is, are there any disadvantages to having siblings? Let's take a look at what was the given question in the activity, like in the instruction. So this was the instruction for this essay. In your English class, you have been talking about family. Is it better to be an only child or to have siblings? That was the original question. So you can take that and rephrase it into this question. Are there any disadvantages to having siblings? All right. So this is rephrased and converted in this question, okay? The essay instruction says, talk about time alone. Second, time with the parents. And third is your own idea, right? Those were the three requirements that we had for this essay. Now let's analyze each paragraph, okay? So we are given the question with the two prompts. We must include both prompts, okay, that are given to us, time alone and time with parents. And finally, we need to include our own idea. So let's identify where is the time alone, where is the time with parents, and what's the own idea of the writer, okay? So for the first one, most people do not live in large houses. They might live in smaller flats where children have to share a bedroom with their siblings. What is this? This is time alone, time with parents, or their own idea. What do you think? Does this paragraph talk about time alone for children?
I see maybe time alone.
Is it? Do they mention time in the first paragraph? Talks about the smaller apartment. Children have to share bedrooms. It might be difficult to concentrate on school or have time to themselves. I think this is it's kind of related to time alone, but we can also say the author is adding some own ideas, right? So the children cannot concentrate on schoolwork, or they don't have time for themselves, time alone. Yeah, this one. Now in the second, so we are rephrasing. Not only it can be difficult to have time alone, but to spend time with the parents. So we are explaining the second point. There are more children, so there's less time that a parent can dedicate to each child. And finally, we have the author's own idea here. What is the own idea? It says that children might need someone to share their problems with, and they could have a valid source of support. So that is the author's own idea, is that children sometimes need support outside from the parents. So having siblings could be a good idea, okay? So those are the main 3 prompts that we are discussing in the essay. All right? Okay, so now let's focus on the structure part. Generally, or is advised that you connect paragraphs 2 and 3. So they are either agreeing or disagreeing, okay? So let's say you are against having siblings, okay? So paragraphs 2 and 3 will generally support that idea as we have here, right? So the topic is having siblings is good or bad. So paragraphs 2 and 3, after the introduction, paragraphs 2 and 3 support that idea, right? They are saying, no, it's not very good to have siblings. Then in paragraph number 4, you will contrast the ideas of paragraphs 2 and 3, okay? So that is the most appropriate or recommended structure for this essay for the exam. So you connect paragraphs 2 and 3 that they have like either they agree, and then in the last paragraph you contrast those ideas of paragraphs 2 and 3, okay? That would be the logical structure for this paragraph, okay? So at the end, you can, in the last paragraph, you can use sentences like in spite of, above, or in contrast, or however, although, even though, all right? All the contrasting connectors from paragraphs 2, 3, and paragraph number 4, all right? So here in paragraphs 2 and 3, you can use something like not only, can it be difficult, or also, or what is more, or furthermore, okay? So these two are agreeing, and then number 4 is in contrast, okay? Is this clear? This is how we're going to do it today. Yes, guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Sure did.
Good.
One again.
Yes, good. And finally, let's analyze the conclusion so you can have the time to start working on your essays. In conclusion, although it could be argued that there are disadvantages related to living space and attention from parents, siblings give friendship and support to each other. So there you restated the points that disagree with your opinion. So the ones in red. It is argued that there are disadvantages in living space and attention from parents, comma. Then you put your, in contrast, you put the points that agree with your opinion. Siblings give friendship and support to each other, right? And you finalize with your opinion. I therefore tend to think that having a sibling is a positive thing. So please make sure that in the conclusion, you do not add any new information, right? So the conclusion is not for new information, is for summarizing what was said before in your text and then giving your opinion in a very clear way. Not to add any examples, not to add any more information, any new information, okay? So that's the structure for the conclusion. Any questions? That's all? All right. Now listen, guys. So we're going to work on the essays. The essays, you will do them in pairs today. But in the exam, it will be individual. I want you to work in pairs because it's very helpful to have a like peer review, okay? That you can correct the other's ideas or complement them, help each other to create your essays today, sorry. But for tomorrow, for the exam, you will do it alone, of course. So let me send you the link. Just a moment, please. All right, guys, so please, I need to download the document, put your names on the name of the document, and upload it again and work there, please. I need to see that you are working together during the class. So I know that sometimes you upload it to Google Drive, but today I want to see you working in this document. So I want to see all of your documents in the folder when you start working together, okay? So I showed you this yesterday, guys. Your outline will be about this question. Is it true that we help the environment when we plant a tree? The points that you have to include are clear the air, the shade, and finally include your own idea, okay? Here you can create the outline. This is the first step. Create the outline first. Put the introduction, your first paragraph, or simple ideas for your first paragraph with some facts or some examples. The second, the third, and then you do your conclusion, okay? So remember, you start with the paragraphs 1, 2, 3, then you do the conclusion and the introduction, okay? The introduction, you need to do it last, okay? Here is like the basics, and then you write your essay. Entonces tenemos eso, una hora, más o menos 1 hora y 20 minutos. Entonces, en los primeros 20, 25 minutos lo van a dedicar a hacer su outline. Van a hacer como el bocetos y el esqueleto de su ensayo, siguiendo el outline. Esta es la parte más básica, nuestros argumentos. Ya en el ensayo es donde incluimos las palabras de los conectores, las transiciones y el contraste y todo lo demás. Ya viene es cuando escribimos el ensayo, ¿ok? Entonces empezamos por el outline y después sí vamos a escribir el ensayo, ¿ok? If you have any questions during the time that you are working together, I can go to the breakout rooms and help you guys. Listen, guys, if you are in pairs and one of you is not working, please let me know and I will assign individual work, okay? It's very important that everyone is participating today. If you are not, or your classmate is not, I need you to be very honest and tell me so I can grade you separately to see who is working and who is not, okay? So go to the folder and I will create the groups right away. Any questions before we start, guys? Is there anyone connected from 2 different devices?
In a moment, me, teacher. Because I need to use my computer.
All right, okay, no problem. Right, I will send you to the breakout rooms. You can go now.
ya.
O sea,
Ok.
sí es del mismo tema, pero son different activities.
Okay. Um,
Hi, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, guys.
The industry of paper.
The industry of paper is destroying
The forests.
destroying the forests
Okay,
in
that is the idea.
some parts of the world.
Paper industry.
Paper industry. Yes, it destroyed the forests, using them to create
Create. Like that.
to create
Hi, teacher. Hi, Miss.
Hello, girls.
With, oh, mm, to say,
You will write the benefits and the introduction.
yes, benefits. You're right. For like food, medicine, wood, for and fever. What do you think, Karen, about this introduction? So short? Mm, is short or
Hello, guys. Hello. Mandy, you haven't answered the survey. What happened?
Teacher.
Please answer it. The coordinator is asking us. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Teacher, the two first paragraph, there are paragraph that support the introduction or the main idea.
No,
The-
okay. So listen, we have the idea and you can be either in favor or against.
Okay.
Right? So for example, the two first can be in favor, the third should be against. Or if the two first are against, then the fourth should be in favor. Okay? You see? You
Okay.
can be either against or in favor of the topic. That is your decision, right?
Okay.
And finally, in the opinion, you include, we think that planting trees is good to help the environment or not, okay? So you decide. In the conclusion is where you put your opinion.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
So, teacher, what do you think about the outline? It's good.
Okay, just allow me a second to see it.
Oh, sorry, we are not sharing the screen. Allow me to share the screen.
All right.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see it there. Okay, so the outline. A way to clear the air to generate fresh places under the shade and to provide it. Okay, so this is, we need to be more general, and then you propose the question. Okay, so here you are already giving me your opinion. It's good. The question is it true that helping the environment when we plant a tree? So you can start something like, nowadays when the air is so polluted, we have different ways to avoid this. One idea is planting trees, but is it really true? Okay, or something like this. So it's a general idea about environment and contamination, and then you plan the question or you propose the question. Okay, this what you have here is more like the conclusion. You are
Okay.
telling me that it's good. Okay, so for now,
Thank you, teacher. Pero
yes.
sorry for the
All right.
interruption.
All right.
The question must be the same that we
No,
have.
you can
Ah,
paraphrase it.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
So this is not a.
No. To improve air quality.
I share it to
Hi, teacher.
the chat about the information.
Okay.
Hello, hello.
Okay. It is important. Okay. For the three arguments, it's like the solution, the problem. Okay. Important for equality, reduce. In reduce carbon dioxide emission. It is important in the water cycle. In the water cycle is when the tree produce photosynthesis. I don't know. Sorry. Mm, okay. Is when the tree grows.
Teacher, we are
Hi,
working in
teacher.
the paragraph.
We are
All
working
right.
on
Let me
paragraph.
check.
We did the introduction and we working on the paragraph 1 and 2.
Okay, guys, so let me double check. All right. So why the introduction talks about paper? I mean, you start the paper. It's so we are talking about helping the environment in general. The question is it true that we help the environment when we plant a tree? So you start with a general question about maybe the reasons why the environment needs help, right? So either pollution or contamination. And then at the end of the introduction, you propose the question. Something, of course, paraphrase, but with this question. So is it true, or are we actually helping the environment when we plant trees? Okay. So
Okay, teacher.
this one is kind of more of one of the arguments instead of the whole introduction. Okay, in the introduction, we need to propose a question. Here you are already giving me the answer, all right?
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
We can correct now. We can delete this part. The teacher mentioned before.
I mean, you don't need to delete it. Maybe you can use it in the conclusion. Yes, because you're already explaining why it's important that trees to help the environment. Hello, guys. Where is your the outline? Do you have it? Guys, it's important that you create the outline so I can tell you, yes, it's okay, or no, you need to correct it. I need to know what are your ideas so I can tell you if you are correct or if we need some adjustments, okay? So it's important to have the outline.
Yes, teacher. We have to write the outline, underline, for example, introduction, paragraph
Yes.
1.
Yes. The outline is very simple, just your main ideas, okay? But
Okay, teacher.
All right.
We will create.
The outline is important, guys, so you don't repeat ideas or get confused. You have very clear structure of what you need to do, okay?
Teacher, in the paragraph number 2, we need this paragraph is against the argument.
Listen, so the question is it true to help that trees help the environment. What do you think? Yes or no?
Maybe one.
Okay, you say yes. A la pregunta que te estoy haciendo, ¿es verdad que plantar árboles ayuda al planeta?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Okay,
In a
so
park.
you say yes. So maybe you can do two paragraphs in favor of yes and one paragraph in contrast. Okay? You understand? ¿Me entiendes? O sea, tú estás de acuerdo. Entonces puedes hacer 2 párrafos que estén a favor de tu argumento y uno que esté en contra, ¿ok? Que sea el contraste. Y en la conclusión ya ponemos, sí, mi opinión es, nuestra opinión es que sí ayuda al ambiente, al medio ambiente, ¿ok? Entonces, ahí ya te dan de clear the air y shade. Esas 2 ideas puedes usarlas o a favor o en contra, como ustedes quieran. Clear the air es un argumento más bien a favor, entonces ese párrafo sería a favor, ¿ok? El de shade, sombra, también puede ser como a favor, entonces también ese sería el segundo. Ahora deben pensar en un tercero que sea una idea en contraste a las anteriores, de que de pronto los árboles no ayudan tanto al ambiente, ¿ok? Ese sería el tercer párrafo. Y en la conclusión, resumimos y damos la opinión.
Okay, teacher. Entendido.
Otra estrellita. How important is the shade that provide
By the trees.
by trees? Yes. Okay. And then
Okay, sorry to interrupt, girls. So the question is it true that trees help the environment? I believe your answer is yes, right? So
yes.
they help the environment. So your opinion is going to be that yes, but you need to plan the question here. So maybe about environment, that the environment needs a lot of help with that all the trees do, but is there something else that they can do? It's okay. This question is good. So try to put it more like in a question. All right?
Yes, mother. Miss, we put in we answer the question, but don't put the answer. So
All right, yeah, it's okay. But listen, so your argument, the first is the benefits. So you agree the benefits the tree provide, maybe clearing the air. Yes.
yes.
The second one is the shade, okay. The third needs to be a little bit in contrast. Remember?
Okay.
Two that are in favor, one that is in contrast. So here you're just adding another one in favor. You talk about biodiversity, ecosystem. So you are losing the question. Se me están perdiendo de la pregunta, ¿ok? Entonces,
Okay.
la pregunta ¿es verdad que los árboles ayudan al ambiente? ¿Sí o no? Su conclusión va a ser que sí. Entonces debemos decir, bueno, que el aire, la sombra y otra que diga, pero puede que no tanto, o bueno, qué sé yo, algo más bien en contraste, ¿ok?
La tercera.
Yes.
Okay, miss.
All right.
Mm. Mhm. So, an argument to
si les pasa esto, a los que quieran, porque sé que muchos no les interesa seguir adelante. Mire, yo soy una persona de bien, yo no soy una delincuente y tengo una explicación para absolutamente todo lo que ellos quieran saber y seguí adelante por eso, porque yo llamé acá en Colombia, no, lastimosamente acá.
Terrible.
O sea, que
Entonces,
no
si no tienen respaldo de su país, ¿quién los respalda?
Hello, girls. Hello. Girls, it's important for me to see your outline because this helps you to have a clear idea of what you are writing, okay? When you don't have an outline, you can get confused or get redundant ideas, okay? So it's very important that you plan the outline first. Well, now you are almost finished, but I would strongly recommend for tomorrow that you create an outline for your essay first to put your ideas clearly, and then you start adding more information, okay? So all right. Well, but the structure, it's okay. You can continue working on that.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, teacher.
Hello again, teacher.
hi, teacher.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Maybe, well,
Can you, which one is your document? Let me check. Is uploaded in the folder?
not yet.
Ah, okay.
No.
So can you
Short
show it? Yes.
Yes, please. Have a second.
Okay, let me see. It's very common to see the media. Guys, remember that I told you at the beginning of the class to write the introduction at the end. So you
yes.
start with the paragraphs, and then you write the introduction. Why? Because in the introduction you have this is the general context, and then you put the question. So I don't see the question here. However, planting a tree also has been recognized by the ONU as one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So you are not really giving me a question. So the first part, yes, it's very common to see in the media, environmentalists inviting people to plant a tree, at least one tree, only one tree in their life to counteract pollution effects. There, I would say to counteract pollution effects. But are we sure that this is enough to combat climate change, or is this really helping? Okay, so put a question that can invite the reader to continue. In the introduction, I already know that trees are good. Yes, ya sé que los árboles son buenos. Esa ya es su opinión, ya la vi en la introducción. Entonces ya no necesito leer el ensayo. ¿Ok? Entonces, en la introducción, lo voy a decir en español para que nos quede un poquito más claro. En la introducción es la idea general del medio ambiente, de algunos beneficios que pueden tener los árboles, pero, por ejemplo, es suficiente para ayudar a contrarrestar la huella de carbono o para contrarrestar la contaminación. Esa puede ser la pregunta, ¿ok?
La
Entonces,
pregunta no podría ser teacher, sorry. Esa no podría ser la pregunta, la que tenemos acá.
is this really helpful way? Is it a helpful way to reduce the negative impact? Yes, that one is okay. Entonces, ahí la tienen en el outline, esa iría en el thesis. Ah, ok, perdón, es que estoy viendo al revés. O sea, ustedes escribieron la introducción arriba,
No,
o
no,
sea, dice introducción, lo que dice, no sé si lo
la
entendí mal,
decía.
sí. Entonces, ese very common sería la introducción, ¿sí?
Introducción, pues no la hemos hecho, pues
Ok,
todavía
ok, la están
es la
haciendo, ok,
práctica.
pero bueno, entonces sí está bien. La pregunta está bien. ¿Is this a helpful way of reducing negative impact of human lifestyle? Yes, esa puede ser la pregunta, ok. Entonces ya en el primer argumento, cómo limpia el aire. Segundo, sombra y demás. Y el tercero, pues es una idea que más o menos contrarreste las otras, ¿no? Esté en oposición a los beneficios de los árboles,
Sin
¿ok?
embargo,
Yes.
okay, teacher, thank you.
All right.
We'll continue working on it.
Hello, Marlon. How are you?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, hello. Well, Marlon, today we are writing an essay, but because your classmates are already in groups, you will need to work on the essay alone, individually, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Let me explain quickly. I give you this question. Is it true that we help the environment when we plant a tree? Entonces, es la pregunta que debemos responder en nuestro ensayo. ¿Es verdad que ayudamos al medio ambiente cuando plantamos un árbol? Entonces, debemos cubrir dos temas. Clear the air, shade, sombra, y un tercero que es tu propia idea. Entonces, la estructura básica del ensayo es, puede ser dos párrafos que estén a favor de tu idea, de si sí o si no, y uno que se oponga o esté en contraste a esos dos argumentos que ya diste. Y en la conclusión va un pequeño resumen y tu opinión final, ¿ok? Esa es básicamente la estructura del ensayo, ¿ok? Entonces, pues acá lo vamos a escribir de 140 a 190 palabras, ¿ok? Puedes crear tu, tu copia, te voy a enviar el documento, crea la copia, este es el documento. Ay, no, sorry, eso no es. Te voy a enviar entonces la carpeta. Aquí es donde la debes poner. ¿Dónde está? Espérame. Es esto. Esta es la carpeta, el enlace de la carpeta. Y el documento está ahí. Ese es el que yo hice. Class number 8, part 2, essay. Ese es el que debes abrir, descargar y crear tu copia. ¿Ok? Manuel.
Teacher, hello. Can we
Hello.
please move to room 3?
All right.
And Jessica, in the chat, I will give you an option. The benefits okay, about the second argument.
Okay. I see.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, hello.
We are finishing the last part.
Yes, teacher. We
All
are
right.
almost done.
Okay, good. Excellent. When you finish, you can go back to the main meeting, okay? And then
Okay,
we
teacher.
will check some of
Okay.
the essays. All right, guys, I'm checking your conclusion. Remember the conclusion should include a brief summary, like you restate what you said before. So in conclusion, this is yours, right? In conclusion, with climate change and habitat loss increasingly urgent issues worldwide, planting trees has become a powerful way for individuals and communities to positively impact the environment. There, in some ways, we can do this is, or some benefits of planting trees are this and this. Mention the previous one, so about cleaning the air and about providing shade. Summaries, okay? Short summaries, as the one that, the example that I gave you here. Look at this conclusion. We are summarizing what was said in the text, and then you give your opinion. Okay?
We can collect, teacher. Thank you. Sure.
Teacher, we have the outline.
Okay, Let's see it. Let me read it. So the introduction. In recent years, environmental issues have been in the spotlight, and the argument for this is as real as valid. Okay, yes. Then you put the question: is planting trees really helping the environment? That is the question on the introduction, right? According to the Food Organization, an adult tree can clean about. Okay, that is good. The second paragraph. Okay, can I go back to the outline? Let me see again. The second one is that the shade that tree provides helps to cool down the surrounding. Okay, excellent. Planting a tree has a minimum effect in a global scale. Okay, yes, good. You summarize the arguments and give your opinion on the conclusion.
Yes, teacher.
Good.
Okay.
Hello,
Yes.
girls. How are you doing?
Hello, Miss. Almost ready.
Okay, let's take a look.
Okay. In the third paragraph, we put a contrast.
Okay, let's see. World.
Where?
The first, I'm just starting. World. The act of planting trees is often hailed as noble. Okay. Endeavor with potential to benefit our planet in several ways. However, as we explore this statement, we must critically examine the various dimensions of tree planting to determine whether it generally helps the environment. The question that arises is it true that we help the environment when we plant a tree? Okay, yes, it's good. Firstly, they provide shelter to a multitude. I would say trees, because you have not mentioned them in this paragraph. So you would say trees. Trees provide shelter to a multitude of other living beings, maintain the soil, regulate humidity, and the most important thing is that they produce the oxygen we breathe. That is thanks to the fact that leaves and bark of trees trap the tiny, extremely dangerous particles generated by combustion. They absorb pollution gases such as carbon monoxide, and they absorb it and nitrogen. They absorb it and clean it.
Absorb it.
That is missing. So you say they absorb it, but they not only absorb it, they also clean the air. Yeah, they clean it and return the oxygen to the atmosphere. Okay?
Cleaner.
Clean it.
Clean.
Clean. No.
It.
They can also absorb the gas and no, absorben el gas, los gases en el aire y limpian, ¿ok? Limpian el aire. Entonces ahí, si lo escribes tal cual como te lo estoy diciendo, te va a quedar redundante porque después tienes polluting gases, entonces debes revisarlo, ¿ok? Another compelling reason for planting trees is the shade they provide. Trees offer a natural way to cool our surroundings and reduce the need for energy-intensive air conditioning. The shade from trees can significantly lower temperatures in urban areas, making them more livable during hot summers. Okay, perfect. However, there exists a negative aspect related to tree planting. When the trees are planted in the wrong locations, it can lead to unintended consequences such as displacement of native flora and fauna, increased water consumption, arid regions, wildfires in densely planted areas. They can deplete soil moisture, lower ground levels, and affect the basic flow of rivers. Planting trees in the bring significant environmental advantages. These benefits contribute to greenhouse emissions and energy consumption. Okay, yes, it's good. Maybe mention some of the benefits like previously, like cleaning the air and providing shade and shelter for animals.
In conclusion, Miss,
Yes, so here, the undeniably advantages such as so and so, okay? Such as como tales y tales. Advantages, mencionar las ventajas que pusieron anteriormente pues de manera breve.
clean air,
Like such as clean air and
Teacher, we did the essay a little bit long. There is any problem with that?
no, I would say no. I would recommend that you avoid being so long for tomorrow for the exam because of the time, okay? So for today, it's okay. You had enough time. You had almost 2 hours to do it. But in the exam, it will be like 40 minutes and it's you alone. So you will need to be much more concise, okay? So you don't take much time.
Okay.
But for today, it's no problem. Also, remember that in the exam, you you are not going to go to online sources, okay? La idea en los exámenes o en el ensayo del examen es de nuestro propio conocimiento, ¿sí? Lo redactamos con lo que ya sabemos, no nos vamos, pues primero porque no es lo que debemos hacer, de buscar como fuentes e información extra, sino pues también por el tiempo, ¿ok? La idea del ensayo no va a ser tan larga o extensa, no va a ser un tema como el que vamos a investigar, sino es algo más sencillo como de la vida diaria en la cual ustedes pueden dar simplemente la opinión, a favor y en contra, o sea, seguir la misma estructura, pero sin tener que buscar como
o sea,
datos.
puede ser como inventada, Miss.
Sí,
Sí.
exactamente. Si ustedes no saben, lo pueden inventar, no hay problema. Lo importante es que sigamos la estructura del ensayo y que sea clara, pues como ya la hemos visto, ¿no? Que la introducción es una oración general y con la pregunta del tema. Eso es para que el evaluador, en este caso la profesora Andy, pueda identificar, ok, que ustedes entendieron el tema. Después, los 3 párrafos, como ya sabemos, a favor o en contra, con conectores y la conclusión de un pequeño resumen de lo que fue el ensayo y su opinión, ¿ok? Es básicamente la estructura que debemos seguir.
Miss, una última pregunta. En esta parte de la conclusión de donde estábamos poniendo como preguntitas y eso, borramos eso y ponemos como contrastes o algo así.
¿Dónde?
Es que nosotros lo habíamos puesto.
En la conclusión. Ok, déjame ver dónde.
En la conclusión donde estábamos poniendo
¿Aquí?
Sí.
En providing shade.
In this part. O sea, ¿lo dejamos, lo quitamos o...?
No, lo puedes dejar.
¿Sí?
Este lo puedes quitar. Solamente, such as cleaning the air, limpiar el aire, and providing shade. These benefits, at the same time, it's important to remember that planting responsibly can harmful for the environment. Entonces, aquí, ¿cuál es su opinión? No therefore, no. Porque no me están diciendo ustedes en qué están de acuerdo o desacuerdo. Ahí sería más, teniendo en cuenta, bueno, los puntos a favor y en contra, concluimos que los beneficios de plantar árboles son muchos más que las partes negativas. Entonces, sí, eso es lo que debemos concluir. Esa última oración es donde está su opinión. Aquí ustedes me dicen, es relevante estar bien informado. Estamos respondiendo a la pregunta, o sea, siempre relaciónenlo a la pregunta que les hicieron. ¿Es verdad que ayuda al ambiente plantar árboles? Entonces ustedes dicen, sí, al final, en conclusión, sí, los beneficios son mayores, ¿ok?
Okay.
All right.
Great. At the end.
Unfortunately.
Really?
I'll teacher again. Yeah, guys,
Hello, teacher.
we are almost finished.
All right. Good. Excellent.
Unfortunately, the spit
The speed of
this
country.
this practice or this activity or
This
the
activity.
results of this activity take
It's more, it's
large
less.
time, a long time, a very long time.
Slow.
Instead of wild, the impact, right? Wild contamination or pollution's impact increase constant daily or constantly great speed great speed. Let's write this again.
So the mañana.
No. Yeah, yes. Understand.
Okay. The introduction, 23, yeah. Can I delete the clear part in the introduction? the planting.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
okay.
very advantage.
Okay. And the question on mm, um teacher, a question.
Yes, tell me.
In the introduction, is necessary we must the question.
Yes, not exactly the same, but you can paraphrase the question.
Okay.
Yes? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, how are you doing? Almost finished?
Hello, teacher. Yes, but it's a little long.
A little long. Yes, teacher.
All right, guys. So for today is no problem, the length of your essay, but for tomorrow, I would recommend you stick to the number of words that is assigned, not because it's going to lower your grade, but because of the time, okay? You will take around 40 minutes to do the essay, so you need to keep it a little shorter. Do not expand so much, okay?
Okay,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher. Hey, Manuel, we have finished?
I think so. I am trying to do a final read. Reading.
Read the, I'm reading, this is yours, right? The one that you have here. So Mendy and Manuel.
Yes, teacher.
Yes?
Yes.
I just read the conclusion, no, the fourth paragraph. Here. The reality is that in a global scale, its effects are minimum in a global scale.
Okay.
Since, all right, you can check it.
Yes, teacher. You're right.
All right. I'm about to close these breakout rooms and I'll see you in the main meeting, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Hey, teacher. Thank you, Manuel.
All right. All right, guys. Very good. So I think most of you finished. If you haven't, you can take some extra minutes today to finish it because I will be checking this tomorrow morning, hopefully. So there will be with some corrections and observations for you to take into account tomorrow, okay? So as a general recommendation, take into account the time that you will have tomorrow for writing your essay. It will be between 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. So you must meet the requirement of the number of words between 140 and 190, okay? I won't recommend you go above that because of the time that you have, okay? So be very careful with the time that you will have for the test, right? Okay, guys. Thank you. That is all. I will expect to see your essays finished by tomorrow morning. So when I will start checking them. Okay. Bye-bye, guys. Good night.
Bye,
See you tomorrow.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Bye. Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.